There are thousands of DOS games. Most of them are terrible. I play one selected at random with a 20-minute time limit and record it live. This is the result. It's time to play a sensible game. And this is Sensible World of Soccer. And I have played this before, a very, very long time ago. We are talking decades here. So, I'm gonna head on to the menu now. There is no crazy cutscene, no cheering crowds, no, ostentatious music. You're just dumped into a menu with some nice general MIDI playing a pretty chilled sort of arrangement in the background. And the menu consists of these nice little buttons where you can decide what you want to do. We can edit tactics of teams, we can jump straight into a friendly, we can edit custom teams, we can have a DIY competition, or we can join any of the preset competitions as one of the teams. We can have a look at highlights, which is our saved replays, I believe. We have the options, and we have a season mode and a career mode. So, for anybody who has any familiarity whatsoever with football, or soccer as the Americans would call it, they can already see these options and think, wow, okay, game from the mid-90s with all of this packed into it. So, let's briefly look at the options, shall we? Just the various bits and pieces. So, different users can have different tactics assigned to them, and you can see there is what looks to be Leicester back in the day. Now, this was their previous sort of run in the Premier League prior to their current run, which they're doing quite well. So, we'll abort that. So, that allows you to edit the tactics. Pretty straightforward, I guess. Custom teams, you can have a look at various teams that have already been made, like Sensible FC, which presumably is the team behind Sensible Soccer. You can edit that, and you can edit all kinds of teams. So, let's have a look at original custom teams. Games Master and Games World, my goodness. You know, you could just get yourself lost in these kind of menus. Anyway, next is a DIY competition where you can choose between league, cup, or tournament. Let's go with tournament, and then you can change all kinds of things, including the rules and the structure of the tournament. So if you've got a bunch of friends around, which obviously can't happen anymore, if you had a bunch of friends around in the 90s, you know, when life was good, you could create a quick custom tournament and have everyone face off against each other. Highlights, obviously. You can load, save and view your highlights, and you can play any of the preset competitions in the world, including the World Cup. Like, you can play European Championships, Cup Winners' Cup, UEFA Cup, you name it. I mean, we can have a North American Cup. We can play the US Premier Division. You know, it just boggles the mind. Absolutely boggles the mind how many competitions you can have. Quick look at the options. We can change the game length. Now, one thing I have noted, this might just be me, but I couldn't get the options to stick. So, you'll have to go in here if you want like a longer match time. We're going for 10 minutes, which is a sensible amount of time. The AI, from what I've seen, will adjust itself accordingly to the match length, which was a feature that came in much later in the day in football sims. You know, if the match is longer, the AI won't press as much. It'll be more methodical in its play. Season, pretty much the same idea. We can play in the Israeli Premier Division if we want, and so on, and play a full season. Career is the interesting one. Mr. John Hare, player coach. Let's choose a random team in England, shall we? Premier League. Well, we're not doing Leeds. Chelsea.
Welcome to our club. We look forward to much success from our new partnership.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we can look at the squad, and there you have the wonderful Chelsea team, including a bunch of trial players. So essentially, it's a glorified management game within a game. You could play this part of the game for 20 seasons without even actually playing the game, because you could go back and you could set yourself as coach rather than player. But finally, now that I've looked at all of this briefly and touched upon it, just to sort of give you an idea of just how much there is, they were really generous with the gameplay modes. 5 subs, random pitch type. Nah, let's have a nice soft pitch, shall we? And choose teams. So we want some club teams. We shall have the mighty Chelsea of England, and they will take on their arch rivals, a newly promoted Fulham. But in this game, Fulham are in Division 3. Now, you'll note I made a mistake there, didn't I? Look, you see the colour coding. So you have the option to have Chelsea as player, which is player coach, which means you're on the pitch, you're controlling them. You can play as coach, where you only develop the tactics and test them out, or you can have the computer play itself. Okay, now before I get started, I have to detail you about the controls. Very complicated stuff. You use the arrow keys and the control button. That's it. And I'll also add, this game is a million times better with a classic arcade joystick. Not a flight sim joystick, an arcade joystick. I don't have one of those, and I don't want to play Sensi on a flight stick. I don't think it'll work as well. The reason I say that is because it has 8 degrees of movement. 8 directions. And the arrow keys only give you, 6, 7, 8, it's not as much. You don't have as much fine control, I don't believe. I might be wrong about that, but that's just what I've found. So I'm gonna hilariously lose to Fulham here. Let's go 4-4-2. LeBeouf, Dewberry. I guess we'll play Michael Dewberry. You'll note that there is an X next to Dewberry there. That means he's, I think he's got the wrong foot for this. But you know what? Oh, apparently that was an improvement. Well, Michael, you're just going to have to deal with it, okay? Wise on the wing doesn't sound like a good idea. We'll stick Craig Burley, and then we'll take, I know it's sacrilege, we'll take Dennis Wise off. Oh, it says he's a left winger. Oh, so apparently he is. Alright, I've stuck him in the middle. I'm an idiot. I've messed it up here. So we've got Hughes, Vialli up front. Makes sense. Di Matteo I want behind Wise. Wise, they say he's a left winger, so okay, I guess. We'll switch. But it's saying X, even though Wise is on the left. Ah, I figured out what's wrong. That's correct, because I'm looking at the pitch the wrong way. So let's go straight into the match. Fulham versus Chelsea, and you can watch me lose hilariously because I have not played this game in years. So we got a nice soft pitch, we've got some lovely crowd noise, and we get to kick off. Nice little,
a definite free kick.
And you'll notice there's commentary from JP, Jonathan Pierce. At least it sounds very like Jonathan Pierce. I hope it is. Come on, defend. That's it. So I play that out wide. Throw in to us.
This is gonna be a short one.
There you go, JP called it, and I said, no, JP, no. And you'll note, when the player takes the ball...
That's a terrible tackle!
It is, JP, it's an awful tackle. Hey, up, they're attacking. Keeper, don't go out of your box, cheers. So you'll see, Fulham are bossing it because I am trying to talk and play at the same time, and that's never a good idea in such a fast-paced and frenetic game. You can see already the gameplay is absolutely...
Good hands! Good hands!
Yes, good hands, son, good hands.
You could say that challenge was a little bit over the top.
It was, JP, it was. Keeper played it out danger, and here we come. Played it up. Oh, no, intercepted. And the lack of talking is a combination, really, of concentration on my part and trying not to lose hilariously. Because that's keeper's ball. See, the Chelsea tactic really... Yeah, referee! Awful. Oh, he saved it! I had my chance there. I just blatted it, you know. I just hit it real hard and hoped that the keeper would mess up, but he didn't.
You could say that challenge was a little bit over the top.
It was. Where's my penalty? JP, this obviously comes from an era where players wouldn't sort of fall over at the drop of a hat. You know, there'd be... What? No! Fulham have scored! Let's see that again on the replay. Oh, terrible defensive Rick. And we're 1-0 down, folks. Against a third division team. How embarrassing. Oh! Yes! That's how to respond. So he hit the upright there with a shot. The ricochet bounced straight to my striker, who just tucked it away. A bit of pride restored there. How dare you score against us? Mark Hughes, the former Barcelona and Manchester United striker, Chelsea legend, of course, coming to our aid. We're losing possession in the middle of the park way too much here. Oh, that's a late challenge there.
Throw in then.
But yes, like I was saying, this comes... Oh, terrible throw. This comes from that era where footballers were still allowed to tackle, you know? Oh, good save from the keeper. JP had it right there. That was a good save. And you can control the flight of the ball using the arrow keys in the air. So, if I pass that over... Oh, I messed that up completely. Of course, Sensi fans will be looking at this and they'll be saying, gosh, you're awful at this. What are you doing? And the answer is, I'm very rusty.
That's a terrible tackle.
JP, there was nothing wrong with that challenge. Come on, defence. Whew. Just about scrambled it away. Yeah, Route 1 football from Chelsea here. Good challenge from the Fulham defender. Plays it out wide, really, really poorly. And
a dreadful foul that is.
He's injured. He's down. Yes, the ball itself, if you hold down the shoot button, it from what I remember, I might be wrong here, it changes the power of the shot in question. So you can just sort of lump it up like that without any finesse, or you can just sort of...
You could say that challenge was a little bit over the top.
Yes, JP, your commentary is not starting to grate on me. He has a select number of lines, and that's that. There you go, played it short there. So, quick short passes. Bit too short there. Oh dear, that was poor. Yes, good bit of dribbling and taken off him.
Oh, desperately close.
Just about saved that and nothing more. Half time. So you're getting a decent feel. This entire game so far has been controlled with the arrow keys and the control button. Nothing else. And I'd love to give you more detailed information about Sensible World of Soccer and so on, and how the Sensible team made some of the greatest Amiga games of all time, and how this PC port is solid and functional. But I'm too busy trying to score that second goal and not concede. Oh, get it. Yes, good clearance. Right. Ruud Gullit, he's going by himself. Oh, good challenge. I was just about to slot that in, or in my case, miss horribly and not cause any problems. Place it out wide. Oh no, nobody's there. What are you doing? And the top-down field of view actually shows you, the players you could pass to and so on. Oh, this is very, very bitty, unfortunately. And there is no...
lucky to stay on the pitch after that one.
Well, not even a yellow. I wonder what the referee's playing at. Oh dear, awful shot. But yes, it's there's no attempt at realism here. This is pure arcade goodness. And this Gullit is just world class. And unfortunately, he's controlled by me.
Now, come on, get things going with the throw.
You saw that? It was like, right, if you just declare a player world class, that's a great way of James miscontrolling him immediately after. Oh, chance for Fulham here. No, we managed to preserve our dignity. Ah, awful shot. Awful shot. The Fulham player should be ashamed. His family will look down upon him.
Free kick there.
Yeah, how dare you tackle our best player? That's a good solid ball. Oh, he's just not got enough pace there to get away. Gullit, on the other hand, can't seem to keep hold of the ball. Chance for Fulham. No dice. This looks a bit draw-like at the minute. I mean, it's not great a draw against the Third Division team. Chance! Good save from the goalkeeper. Ultimately, the shot wasn't up to much there, and the Fulham players tracked that one down quite easily. Easy save for the goalkeeper there. Route one again from Chelsea, and it's not working against Fulham here. Gullit sprays it out wide, but they're soon intercepted. Oh, but they've won it back.
Well claimed.
Yeah, straight at the goalkeeper. No problem there for the Fulham goalkeeper. And I don't think Chelsea have it in them when they're controlled by this idiot. Here comes Gullit again. Here loses the ball again. Gullit's everywhere. It's just... nothing he's doing is working.
Oh, that's a definite free kick.
Yes, chance here with a free kick for Fulham. What's going to happen? Nothing. How anticlimactic for them.
Referee!
Yes, ref, that was a poor challenge. There's a chance here. A good goalkeeping in the end, good defending. And the stalwart Fulham defence have just kept Chelsea at bay, I guess. Because...
oh, good goalkeeping.
Yeah, easy save for Hitchcock in the end. Yes, my Route 1 style is not working, and I don't have the finesse to stroke it into the net. I need a sort of lucky chance, and that's not happening, unfortunately. Easy save yet again for Hitchcock, who has not made a complete pillocks of anything yet. Oh, well, if you let that in, I would crucify you, Kevin. Good skills. Oh, just wide. Just agonizingly wide there. Oh, it was so close. So close to giving Chelsea the victory. Is that a clear free kick there? And the number 10 brings it out wide but loses it. And this is the problem, It's not a gameplay problem. The gameplay of Sensible World of Soccer is perfect, by the way. It's good save, Hitchcock. It's a me problem. I'm useless at dribbling with the keys. On a joystick, I probably would have done a lot better. A lot better. But I don't have an arcade joystick, so Oh, he's taking it from me. 90 minutes have gone, and it's a 1-1 bore draw. Nobody cares for that. So there we go. All the fun was in the first half there. And as you can see, Fulham, though they lacked the possession, definitely had more opportunities to win the game. And that is sensible world of soccer, really. I mean, I've shown you pretty much everything there. Oh, there goes the timer. I timed that well, didn't I? Sensible World of Soccer is available on GOG.com, and it's a timeless classic. And even though my skills have sadly rusted into nothing, they weren't particularly great in the first place, let's be honest. It's worth picking up for any fans of arcade games, any fans of football games, and any fans of sports games, really, because there is that career mode, and that is worth highlighting in itself, because that is a lot more detailed than people suspect. It's a full-blown management mode, and it's well worth looking at for fans of the more sort of arcadey kind of managers from the 90s. It's essentially 2 games in one. You can. There was always sort of for me anyway, this desire of, can you imagine if a game came along where you could control like the growth and development and tactics of your team and so on, and also take to the field and control them? Wouldn't that be amazing? And Sensi did that. It's like, yeah, it's right here, So it remains one more thing, I guess, to show you, and that's how to quit the game. There is no exit game button, as you can see from the menu. So you just hit options with the correct button, not enter, control. And there's a nice quit to DOS button there. That's it. That's Sensible World of Soccer. And it comes heartily recommended. But if you're going to get it, get yourself one of those wee arcade joysticks. The sort of ones with the 2 buttons and, little red top that you would have found in an arcade in the 80s and 90s. And just play till your heart's content. It hasn't been bettered in all this time for what it does, that arcade style of soccer. It's one of the greatest soccer games ever made, even if I'm not particularly good at it. So, see you next time, I guess. Back to playing Sensi.